The Admin Portal is a portal website which provides a complete set of administrator features required for efficient operation of an RPA solution. The key features of the Admin Portal includes process management, monitoring, report management, OCR management, and system management features. Before looking further into the Admin Portal, let's learn about the role of administrators, who are the main users of the Admin Portal. For implementing automation processes, the Brity RPA solution supports tenant assignment by individual organization, such as a team or department. In those processes, it is the administrator's role to manage the RPA resources by tenant and reliably operate the service. For more information about creating tenants, refer to the second class, Understanding the Tenant Portal. Then, let's find out the roles of the administrators assigned to each tenant. Administrators' roles may be roughly classified into group management, screen menu management, and license management. In group management, all of the resources, including users and bots, are divided into groups based on their purpose and access permissions, and the groups are then managed. This allows for efficient management and monitoring of the user and bot resources. Administrators can also create workgroups and manage the menu access permissions by workgroup. The management of all of the licenses assigned to tenants is another role that is only allowed for administrators. Administrators view the current status of licenses, assign new licenses, and process license returns through license initialization. Now, let's log into the Admin Portal. Using the Chrome browser, access the URL you have received to access the Admin Portal. Enter the login ID and password, and then log in to the portal. The tenant will be automatically displayed if the entered ID and password are correct, and a combo box will be displayed for tenant selection if there are 2 or more tenants. In the example screen, you can see that the base tenant has been selected. When you first enter the Admin Portal, the dashboard screen will be displayed. On the dashboard screen, you can view information about bots and process performance. The dashboard screen allows you to understand the real-time operation status, including the bot operation status, weekly job success ratio, and statistics on the most frequently performed processes. You can also view the detailed information by accessing the Report menu on the left. The Admin Portal has a total of 5 main menus. Now, let's take a look at each of the menus. The Process menu is used to manage the overall processes and process flows. Using this menu, you can view the projects or process flows distributed to the server, and the subordinate processes or flows before making a request to execute them. Other detailed features are identical to the features available on the user portal. Using the Monitoring menu, you can view the bot status and monitor bot operations, for example, by reviewing the scheduled bot operation status. Using the Report menu, you can create and manage reports that are required for automation process analysis. As you can see, various reports previously defined by the administrator may be viewed here. For information about registering administrator reports, refer to Chart Screen Management under the System Settings section of this class. Using the OCR menu, you can create OCR templates and manage the operation results. In other words, to facilitate easier OCR utilization. This menu provides features to allow you to save tasks for extracting text information from image-type documents and manage the saved data as templates. To utilize this menu, a separate purchase of the OCR licenses and system integration of the OCR features are required. Lastly, the System menu provides various management features required for operating the system. The User menu is provided for user management, and the Group Management menu is provided for group permissions management and screen management. Then, in the Settings menu, you can adjust various settings for managing licenses, messages, shared resources, chart screens, anniversaries, and other management items. Using the History menu, you can view the authentication history or the history of various tokens that have been issued. Now, let's take a closer look at the key features of the admin portal. First, let's learn about the Process Management feature. On the Process Management screen, you can manage the list of projects and process flows that have been distributed to the server. You can also set the permission of user groups for specific project and process flows, and assign processes distributed to the server to a specific bot or bot group, or immediately execute them. For detailed information about other features, refer to the User Portal section of the Advanced course. Second, let's learn about the monitoring feature. On the bot status screen, you can view the operating status of bots and other bot statuses, including bot information, work history, the bot screen, and operation logs. You can also look up the job execution history to view the process execution history for the day or for a specific period, and view process flow execution history. Besides, on the calendar screen, you can view scheduled jobs and register new job schedules. For detailed information about other related features, refer to the User Portal section of the Advanced course. Third, let's learn about the Report Management feature. In the Report menu, you can view various user-defined reports besides the basic reports that are provided by default. Among those reports, the Regular Report is a user-defined report for viewing the bot usage status by each user. Then, the Bot Monitor is a report for viewing the bot usage status by each job, while Bot Day is a report for viewing the number of job executions by each bot. Fourth, let's learn about the OCR Management feature. First of all, let's talk about what OCR is. OCR stands for Optical Character Reader. OCR processes mainly standardize PDF and image files to extract the text data included in specific locations of the source data. The text strings or images received in the form of tables are sent to the OCR server for text data extraction. Then, the extracted data is utilized for RPA automation processes, such as creating Excel files or statistics data, or for system inputs. For your reference, the OCR licenses must be purchased, and the OCR URL must be specified in the RPA Designer for integration before the OCR feature can be utilized. OCR features may be classified roughly into three categories, which are template management for registering, editing, and deleting templates. OCR reporting utilizing the OCR templates for viewing the result of executions, and management of categories and fields for adding, editing, and deleting categories and fields used in the templates. Let's take a look at each of these features on the screen. First, let's talk about the Template Management feature. When you select the OCR menu on the left side of the Admin Portal screen, the subordinate menus, such as Template List, OCR Report, and Category Management, will be displayed. Here, if you click the Template List menu, the template list will be displayed on the screen, which shows all of the templates that are utilized by the OCR. On the Template List screen, you can set search conditions by selecting a template category or by entering template names. Then, you can reset the previously set search conditions or click the Search button to search for the templates that match the search conditions. You can sort the templates in the list by recent update time, name, number of executions, and the ratio of successful executions. Also, to add a new tablet, you can click the Add button to display the Add Template pop-up window. Specify the template category and the language that will be used, and enter the template name. Korean and English are available for use as the language, and additional languages may be available depending on the purchased license. Now, in the pop-up window, when you click the Add button, another Add Template window will be displayed to allow you to specify the detailed information for the new template. Then, you can click the Main Image Plus button to browse for the main image file for the template that will be used for the OCR feature and open it. After that, select the category of document language and enter the template name and description. Now, on the image you have registered, select the table or text to read and set it as the table or field for the template. When you click a specific area of the document image, which is the word invoice in this example, a subordinate menu will be displayed so you can set the area as a field. Because invoice is the title of the document, click Select as a label. For your reference, label is the reference field used for searching the data field. Therefore, the value of the label field cannot be changed. On the document image, the date area needs to be extracted as data. Therefore, we will click Date and click Select as a data. We will also click the request number area and click Select as data, and then add the selected items to the field list of the template by clicking Add all selected objects to the list. Now, on the right side of the pop-up window, the data fields to be extracted from the document images will be displayed on the field list. Next, let's select the table to recognize on the document image and register it as a table item of the template. For the table data where the rows are repeated, select the entire table and click the Add the entire table to the list button to add it to the list as the table item of the template. Then, as you can see on the screen, the data recognized from the image will be automatically mapped based on the previously defined category and field names, and the table entries will be automatically added to the table list. If necessary, you can also select a part of the data labels in the table and manually add them to the table list on the right. Finally, click the Save button to register the completed template. Next, let's edit a previously defined OCR template. On the template list, click the Template to edit. The Modified Template pop-up window will be displayed on the screen. In the pop-up window, you can make changes to settings for individual field and table entries registered in the template. You can change data types for the field entries and change the expressions for each data type. You can also set data conversion conditions for specific fields that have been registered to make them go through pre-processing operations that are required for image recognition. In the Document Data column of the Field table, click the Settings icon to display the Convert Document Data pop-up window. On the next screen, we have configured the template to exclude the fixed label, request number sharp, and extract data from only the actual numbers that are variables. If you need to delete a template, click the menu icon in the top right corner of the template to delete, and click the Delete Template button. For templates that are not used, you can click the Change to Unused button to change them to the unused status. You can also copy templates and view the execution history. Next, let's learn about the OCR Report feature. In the OCR menu on the left side of the Admin Portal screen, click the OCR Report to display the OCR Report screen. On the OCR Report screen, you can view the OCR template execution results by date and search for reports after specifying search conditions such as category, template, user, or keyword. The success and failure ratio of all the templates that match the date or search conditions will be displayed in graphs. And the list of the templates with the most failures or highest number of executions will also be provided with numbers. At the bottom of the OCR Report screen, all of the search results for the executed templates are displayed, and the execution result information for each of the search templates is displayed in a table. On the execution result list, you can click a template name to view the detailed execution information. Next, let's learn about the category and field management. In the OCR menu, on the left side of the Admin Portal screen, click Category Management. The Category Management screen will be displayed with the list of the registered categories for the current template. On the Category Management screen, you can set search conditions using category names and field names, reset search conditions, and perform a search to find the categories that match the conditions. Copying and pasting of categories is available for the categories originally created by the user. To add a new category, click the Add button on the right. In the Add Category pop-up window, enter the category name, perform a duplicate check, and register the new category. Also, when you click the category name on the list, the Edit Category pop-up window will be displayed. You can change the category name in the pop-up window. When you click a number in the Field column, the Field pop-up window will be displayed. At the top of the pop-up window, the name of the category that is currently edited will be displayed. You can specify the field names and the recommend items to search for the fields that match the search conditions. You can also select a specific field to copy it or delete it, and click the Add button to add a new field. If you are the original creator of the category, you can also click the Save button to save the modified field information. Now, let's click the Add button to add a new field. First, enter the field properties, such as the field name, and the recommend item to register information about the new field. You can select the type of field from the Type column of the list. For a field type, you can select Number, Boolean, String, IP, Email, Phone number, or Social Security number. After selecting the field type, you can select an expression for the selected field type from the list of expressions. For example, if the field type is Number, you can select Integer as the expression. Then, other parameters will be specified according to the field types, and the formula for the specified field will be displayed on the screen. For detailed information about field types and expressions, refer to the Administrator Manual. Lastly, let's learn about the System Management feature. The system features may be classified roughly into the following 4 categories. User-related features are used to register users and set user workgroups and permissions. Group management features are used to manage user groups and group permissions and manage the group screens. Also, features related to settings are used to manage licenses, messages, shared resources, chart screens, and anniversaries. History features are used to view certificates or view the history of token issuance. Then, let's take a look at the features on the screen. First, let's find out how to search for a user, register a new user, edit user information, and delete a user. In the top section of the user screen, the fields for the search conditions are located. You can enter or select search conditions for the user ID, email, position, name, department, and workgroup here. After setting the search conditions, you can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions, or click the Search button to perform the search. You can click the Add button to add a new user, or click the Delete button to delete selected users. At the bottom of the screen, a list of user information is displayed. On the list, you can select all users on the list, or select individual users by selecting the checkbox. Now, let's set the search conditions and find users. Set the workgroup as Administrator and click the Search button. You can see that users whose workgroup is Administrator are displayed on the list as the search results. Next, let's add a new user. Click the Add button. The Add User pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, enter the user ID in the ID field and click the Duplicate Check button on the right to ensure that the same ID does not exist. Then, enter the essential user information in the name, email, and workgroup fields. Set user permissions in the permission fields. And selectively enter optional information in the phone number, department, and position fields. When you are done, click the Save button to add the user. On the Edit User screen, you can edit user information. When you click the user ID to edit the user information, the Edit User pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, edit the user information in the name, department, position, phone number, workgroup, mobile enabled, and permission fields. Then, click the Save button to complete the editing. On the Delete User screen, you can delete the user from the relevant tenant. When you select the user to delete and click the Delete button, the user pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, click the OK button to delete the selected user. Next, let's find out how to manage groups. On the Admin portal, you can create groups and specify permissions for each group. About permissions, there are two policies for granting permissions for performing automation processes and granting permissions for accessing the Admin portal menus. First, you can set permissions by performing automation processes in the Group Authority Management menu. Groups may be divided into user groups and client groups based on the type. As the name indicates, user groups are groups that include users. Users can access the distributed processes and related resources depending on their user groups. You can also set user groups as administrator groups. An administrator group refers to a group which has access permissions for all resources. Client groups refer to groups of bots and are used as the units for monitoring and executing jobs. When you assign a job to a client group instead of a specific bot, the bot with the least scheduled jobs within the group will carry out the job. You can also manage job executions by connecting a user group to multiple client groups. Second, you can set access permissions by workgroup in the Group Screen Management menu. In the User menu, you can set a workgroup for each user. On the Group Authority Management screen, you can register and manage user workgroups. Select a group type and enter a group name for the search condition. You can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions, or click the Search button to perform a search by condition. You can also click the Add button to add a user group, or click the Delete button to delete selected user groups. At the bottom of the screen, a list of user group information is displayed. On the list, you can select all user groups on the list, or select individual user groups by selecting the checkbox. Let's set the conditions and perform a search. Select User Group in the Group Type field and click the Search button. You can see that groups of users whose group type are User Group are displayed on the screen as the search results. Next, let's add a user group. Click the Add button. The Add Group pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, enter the group information in the essential fields, such as the group type and group name fields, and selectively fill in the group description field. Then, click the Save button to complete adding the user group. In the Modify Group pop-up window, you can make changes to user group information. When you click the user group to modify, the Modify Group pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, make changes to the group name and group description, and then click the Save button to complete modifying the user group information. To delete a user group, select a user group to delete and click the Delete button. Then, in the pop-up window, click the OK button to delete the selected user group. Next, on the Group Screen Management screen, you can register and manage screens for each user group. Enter the workgroup ID and workgroup name and select the active status for the search condition. You can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions, or click the Search button to perform a search by condition. You can also click the Add button to add a screen for a user group, or click the Delete button to delete selected screens for the user group. At the bottom of the screen, a list of user group screen information is displayed. On the list, you can select all screens for the user group on the list, or select individual screens by selecting the checkbox. Let's set the conditions and perform a search to find a workgroup. Enter DE in the Workgroup ID field and click the Search button. You can see that workgroups that include DE in their IDs are displayed on the screen as search results. Let's find out how to add a workgroup that can use the group screen. Click the Add button. The Add Workgroup pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, enter the Workgroup ID in the Workgroup ID field and click the Duplicate Check button on the right to ensure that the same Workgroup ID does not exist. Next, enter the name of the workgroup and a description in the workgroup name and description fields, and select the Usable option, and then click the Register button to complete adding the workgroup. Next, let's learn about the menu settings. Locate a workgroup what requires a menu setting. Click the Menu Settings button on the right. The Menu Settings pop-up window will be displayed. Select Menus for the workgroup and click the Register button to complete the menu settings for the workgroup. To delete menus, select the menus to delete and click the Delete button to delete selected menus. In the Edit Workgroup pop-up window, you can edit the workgroup information. When you click the Workgroup ID to edit the information, the Edit Workgroup pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, edit the Workgroup ID in the Workgroup ID field and click the Duplicate Check button on the right to ensure that the same workgroup ID does not exist. Next, edit the name of the workgroup and the description in the workgroup name and description fields, and select the Usable option, and then click the Save button to complete the editing. Now, let's delete a workgroup. Select the Workgroup ID to delete and click the Delete button. The Workgroup Management pop-up window will be displayed on the screen. In the pop-up window, click the OK button to delete the selected workgroup. Next, let's learn how to manage licenses and messages. On the License Management screen, you can register and manage licenses. Let's take a look at the screen layout. You can click the License List button to batch register multiple licenses. You can view the basic information about licenses and set search conditions by specifying the license name, client ID, license type, and tenant. You can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions back to the default status, or click the Search button to perform a search by condition. You can click the Download Excel button to download the license list on your PC. Then, the list of license information is displayed in the search area. On the list, you can click the Initialize button to initialize the licenses. At the bottom of the screen, page navigation buttons are provided to allow you to move to the pages you want. If the search result has more than 10 entries, you can click the page numbers or the left or right arrow buttons to navigate through the pages. First, let's set the conditions and perform a search. Select Base Tenant in the Tenant field and click the Search button. You can see that licenses whose tenants are Base Tenant are displayed on the screen as the search results. If there are more than 10 search results, the list will be displayed in multiple pages. You can click the page numbers or the left or right arrow buttons to navigate the pages. To modify the description of a searched license, select the license to modify. Then, in the License Description pop-up window, modify the license description and click the Save button to apply the change. To modify the information of a license assigned to a bot, click the client ID of the bot to display the Bot Info pop-up window. In the pop-up window, change the bot name in the Name field and click the Save button. Then, fill in the Application Name field and click the Search button to display the list of the searched applications. If you click the Reset button, the list of all searched applications will be initialized. To initialize the assigned licenses, locate the license to initialize and click the Initialize button for the license. Then, in the pop-up window, click the OK button to initialize the license. On the Message Management screen, you can register and manage licenses. The search area is located at the top of the screen and performs searches based on conditions, such as the large, medium, and small categories and the key value. You can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions, or click the Search button to perform a search by condition. At the bottom of the screen, a list of messages is displayed. Now, let's set the conditions and perform a search. Select ERR in the Small field and click the Search button. You can see that messages whose small categories are ERR are displayed on the screen as the search results. If there are more than 10 search results, the list will be displayed in multiple pages. You can click the page numbers on the left or right arrow buttons to navigate the pages. If you need to edit a message in the search result, select the message to edit. The Edit Message pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, edit the values in the Value Korean, Value English, and Value Chinese fields, and click the Save button to apply the changes. Let's learn about Shared Resource Management this time. Shared resources refer to the shared resources required for RPA automation processes, which can be shared by each user group. For example, resources such as template files, common variables, alias ID, and password information fall into the category of shared resources. On the admin portal, shared resources can be registered only by users with the administrator authority. Shared resource may be registered in the forms of text strings or files, and encryption types may be specified for the shared resources. Among the encryption types, the credential encryption is used to prevent password exposures, and it can be utilized only in activity cards related to credentials on the designer, such as credential set text and credential get text. After registration, permissions are granted to user groups. The shared resources that have been registered may be added to the projects in the Shared Resource tab at the bottom of the designer screen, and can be used just like a variable in the asset.sharedResourceName format. Next, on the Shared Resource screen, you can register and manage shared resources. At the top of the screen, the search area is located for searches based on conditions, such as the name and category. You can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions, or click the Search button to perform a conditional search. You can also click the Add button to add a shared resource. At the bottom of the screen, a list of shared resources is displayed. Let's set the conditions and perform a search. Set the category as File and click the Search button. You can see that shared resources whose category is File are displayed on the screen as the search results. Now, let's add a shared resource. Click the Add button. The Add Shared Resource pop-up window will be displayed. If File has been selected for the category field, click the Select File button to display a pop-up window and select a file. The Value field will be automatically populated. Then, click the Save button to finish adding the shared resource. To modify a shared resource, click the name of the shared resource to modify. Then, in the Modify Shared Resource pop-up window, make changes to the category and value fields, and click the Save button to apply the changes. This time, let's find out how to download a shared resource. To download a shared resource whose category is File, click the value item of the shared resource to download the file in the bottom left corner of the screen. Then, you can click the downloaded file to view the content of the file. Next, let's set permissions for a shared resource. Click the permission item in the shared resource to set the permission. The shared resource's permission pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, set the permissions by user group and click the Save button to complete the setting. Next, on the Report Management screen, you can register and manage charts. Let's take a look at the screen layout. After entering a chart title in the Search field, you can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions, or click the Search button to perform a search by condition. You can click the Add button to add a new chart, or click the Delete button to delete a chart. At the bottom of the screen, a list of chart information is displayed. On the list, you can select all of the entries, or select individual entries by selecting the checkbox. Now, let's set the conditions and perform a search to find a chart. In the Chart Title field, enter Report and click the Search button. You can see that charts with names that include Report are displayed on the same screen as the search results. Next, let's add a chart. Click the Add button. The Chart Add pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, fill in the essential fields, such as the chart title and chart description fields, and click the Save button to complete adding the chart. Now, let's modify a chart. First, click the chart title of the chart to be modified. Then, in the Chart Modification pop-up window, modify the information in the chart title and chart description fields, and click the Save button to complete the modification. To delete a chart, select the chart to delete and click the Delete button. Then, in the pop-up window, click the OK button to delete the selected chart. On the Anniversary Management screen, you can register and manage anniversaries or holidays. You can enter anniversary names and select holiday status, anniversary type, and the period to search as search conditions. You can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions, or click the Search button to perform a search by condition. The Upload button is used to batch register anniversaries or holidays, and you can download the list of anniversaries or holidays on your local PC by clicking the Download button. Then, you can click the Add button to add anniversaries or holidays, and click the Delete button to delete them. At the bottom of the screen, a list of anniversary or holiday information is displayed. Now, let's set the conditions and perform a search. Set the anniversary type as National Anniversary and click the Search button. You can see that anniversaries whose anniversary type is set as National Anniversary are displayed on the screen as the search results. Next, let's add an anniversary. Click the Add button. The Add Anniversary pop-up window will be displayed. In the pop-up window, fill in the essential fields, such as the date, anniversary type, and holiday status, and click the Save button to complete adding the anniversary. To modify an anniversary, click the anniversary name of the anniversary. Then, in the Modify Anniversary pop-up window, make changes to the information in the date and anniversary type fields, and click the Save button to apply the changes. Now, let's delete an anniversary. Select the anniversary to delete and click the Delete button. Then, in the Delete Anniversary pop-up window, click the OK button to delete the selected anniversary. Next, let's find out how to manage certificates and the token issuance history. On the Certificate List screen, you can view certificates and token issuance history. At the top of the screen, you can enter the client ID and select Client Type and License Status as search conditions. You can click the Reset button to reset the search conditions, or click the Search button to perform a search by condition. At the bottom of the screen, a list of certificates and token issuance history information is displayed.